So let's talk about what are sort of the hot funding methods right now. What are people doing? So the big one currently is crowdfunding. So people became so disenchanted with sort of angel investors and venture capitalists just because it's so difficult. And part of the difficulty in finding that funding is just because of the economics of it. There's such a huge demand and such few investors relative to that demand. So investors can really cherry pick who they work with. You know, they might get 100 business plans a day and they're only going to work with 10 companies over the course of a year. So you're really fighting an uphill battle when it comes to investors. And it's not to discourage you from trying, but don't pin all your hopes and dreams on it. So the current method I mentioned is crowdfunding. You know, platforms where you put up and individual people contribute, $50, $100, whatever it is. If you have a product, a lot of times they're pre-buying your product, and you can offer different packages. I'd encourage you to check out some of the crowdfunding sites as well. In some, they're literally just sort of investing and giving you money, potentially a loan, not equity. And then others, they're actually pre-buying your product or they're donating money to your company. So there's lots of ways to go about it. You will still need, you can't just like list your company and off you're running. You need to invest a lot of time into this. You're going to have to put up cool videos of your product, write out what your company is about, who you are, why the company started, what the product is, when you're going to release it, etc. You can look up some very successful crowdfunding campaigns. The successful ones overreach. So you might state, hey, we need to raise $100,000. And this really successful ones might reach $300,000 because there's just so much demand for their product. And those are the real success stories. But you're going to have to market your crowdfunding campaign as well. People aren't just going to naturally come find it. So you need to be out there talking about it, letting people know. So it's almost the same. You need to get out there and talk to investors. Now you need to get out there and talk to the public, the crowd, and have them invest in your company through a crowdfunding campaign. But that would be my advice as sort of one sort of first stop alternative to the traditional methods of sort of angel investors or venture capitalists.